welcome back. This is the segment for nerd stuff, events, and other things that are important and held in big buildings. Let's start this off. NabeelSteel, what we got to talk about?
Good job.
That's fantastic.
That's a lot better.
No round of applause, guys.
Is that a little golf clap there? The enthusiasm is like seeping into my pores.
Yeah.
Your sarcasm is going down my toilet. You son of a bitches.
Put your head down my throat.
Put your head down my throat. No, wait.
Okay, so what do we got for nerd stuff events this week? We went to last night.
Oh,
if
man.
you guys didn't hear about it, then
Man.
well, you probably just didn't hear about it. Sony Online Entertainment had their PlanetSide 2 Ultimate Empire Showdown last night, and we were there. We were live with them, recording live. They streamed it on Twitch. A lot of big personalities showed up there.
Oh, man.
Who were the big personalities for each faction?
Each faction had a YouTube star represent them. And for the Neo Conglomerate, we had C-Nanners of... Well, actually, I don't know what company he is, but he is a pretty cool dude, pretty chill. He's about the fun, not the winning. Then we got Level Cap, a very good FPS player who supported the Vanu and pretty much dominated the scene. And then...
They lost, though, so it's too bad.
Whatever.
Keep going. We'll get to that.
And the final member, which I'm sure everyone will recognize and know, is Total Biscuit and his Drop the Brit team fully supported the Terran Republic.
Ultimate fanboy.
Yeah. Every time I hear Total Biscuit, I think about Soggy Biscuit. Is that weird?
Well, on his YouTube channel, it says Total Halibut when you actually click onto his channel, but outside his channel, it says Total Biscuit.
He went by 2 different aliases.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think he knows.
There's history about it.
I don't think he knows what Soggy Biscuit is.
He doesn't.
Do not Google that.
I would.
Do not. Everybody, do not Google Soggy Biscuit.
That's kinda
you know,
like-
everybody just did.
Yeah,
Like,
everyone's, what the fuck? Oh, shit!
It's kind of along those lines of Blue Waffle.
Not as bad. It's up there.
It's in the same goddamn channel.
everyone's just
Continue.
vomiting right
Yeah,
now.
Continue.
Oh, God. Oh. And that one random person that doesn't know what blue oh,
I know.
Son of a bitch! Fucking assholes!
All right, so
2 for 1.
The event happened last night, which was January 25th. Dude, yeah, the big YouTube personalities were on each faction. The major hosts were Jace Hall.
Yeah.
He was a producer on the series V on
And
ABC, and
also
also he's
YouTube
a YouTube personality as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then what was her name?
Adrian Curry.
Adrian
from
Curry.
The first America's Next Top Model. And she was also on a romantic show with some star from the 80s. I don't remember his name. I gotta look into it. But she pretty much fucking, like, you see her smoking all the time and, like, losing her shit. She's hot, though.
Yeah, she's hot.
All kinds of hot.
Yeah.
I know the Twitch feed was like going nuts.
Yeah.
Boobs everywhere.
Yeah, Adrian Curry, she's from the first season of America's Top Model. She's really hot. She was always known for being kind of out there, kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, not model material. So I'm assuming that's why she was there. Like, she's hot.
Oh.
That's why she could be a model. But she's, like, kind of tomboyish kind of shit. So I'm
Well, I like that she's into gaming.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's why she was
It's
there.
always good. Yeah. So they were running the event. The event itself was held in a real cool place.
The
they
Book
have-
Bindery in Culver City.
Yeah, in Culver
Yeah.
City, California.
Book bindery and brick building. That's what it
Book
was called.
Bindery and... Basically, there's a big empty room. And then there was a really long hallway with chandeliers. And then the event. It was weird.
Yeah. So.
Did we mention free beer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they had good beer.
They
not
had
just
really
beer.
good beer.
Yeah, they had free beer, free snacks.
Snacks.
The free snacks.
Apparently there was free caviar.
There was... Okay,
Caviar.
There was a
Yes.
snack table thing right next to the bar. So it was like right to our left when we walked up and got the beers. And right next to it was like little tray dishes, and there was 3 of them. It had fruits, little like
Cheese.
pita and cheese and stuff like that, and caviar. And you could
Fancy
just
shit, bro.
Yeah, it was like
Super fancy.
Yeah.
beer and caviar for PlanetSide 2.
I forgot my top hat. That's why
I know.
wearing it.
Forgot my cane and my
But
monocle.
yeah, it was really cool setup. Like
It
they
was
had
one of the cleanest events I've ever seen. First
Oh,
of
yeah.
all, because usually you go to those and there's like nerd rage everywhere, and there's just
there's
like,
a couple fucking folding tables laid out.
Yeah.
some folding tables with some black fucking carpet like fucking draping on it. And
Paper mouse pads, you know.
Yeah, it pretty crappy. But no, I mean the computers are legit, supplied by Alienware.
Yeah.
It got real hot in there too.
Yeah, everything else I believe was supplied by Logitech.
Yeah, all the peripherals by Logitech.
Yeah, and then but it was very well set up. It looked like a fucking like a TV set.
Yeah.
It was really cool, man. It was really clean.
There was individual tall tables. There was, of course, the VIP section that was taped off and you couldn't go to. Security guards in suits, which I was like, okay, I don't know why they're needed. And then for the main audience, we had, normal little, like, square seats, which weren't that comfortable. But they were there. The thought counted.
Well, they had, like, regular, like, back supporting seats also. That
I know, but they were all taken, which sucked.
Overall,
it was a good show.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm still pissed that the TR has such propaganda where, they won by popular vote.
Well, to recap here, Challenge 1, the Vanu took on pretty much all fronts.
Yeah.
Me being a fan of TR, this is all just controversy and slander. I don't accept their win as legitimate at all. The second challenge as well, Vanu won. There was some controversy behind that too because they started already in control of the territory that they were supposed to capture.
All they had to do was defend.
All they had to do is just
defend.
defend.
Then you saw a tornado of galaxies coming in.
Oh, man.
That was
awesome.
That was a TR tactic.
Yeah, the TR tactic was to slam as many galaxies into the tower as possible, which would have worked if the building was destructible. Just saying.
It would have worked if the server wasn't lagging.
Yeah.
You see these upside down galaxies like bouncing off things.
No, it was funny because one of the commentators was like, "Oh no, it must be a server issue because like the server's like spawning to." No, there was just that many in the air, dude. Like it was fucking ridiculous. It was cool to watch.
Yeah, it was funny.
The third challenge, which was just to basically control as much of the map as possible, which is essentially the game. Of course, we win. TR wins that. Yeah, we do it. That's how we do it.
Almost lost.
And then at the end, they had a popular vote, which you could vote through Twitter. Hashtag, I think it was like PlanetSide2, and then you put your.
And then they had a Facebook poll also.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you vote, and TR ended up winning that one, too.
You know what's funny, though? When they showed all the servers, I could have been seeing things, but there was an awful lot of purple on every server for each challenge. Man, the Vanu Sovereignty pretty much took every challenge on almost all the servers.
And also, towards the end of the third one, there was very little purple on the map.
Yeah. That was just the map. I'm talking about servers, sir.
I'm just saying, though.
You also jumped the boat. You're like, you went into this on the NC side.
Hey, I'm going to be straight out about it. I am still voting for the NC. I love the NC because of the music. But anyways, that's beside the point. I'm not going to lie. We got our shit pushed in. What do you want me to tell you, man? Fuck, we lost. Okay. I am an acceptable... I am a humble loser. I understand we lost. It's cool.
To be honest,
however, seeing as your team came out, we didn't lose. I'm sorry, you lost at the fucking priority of the game. The game is to control the map, and you guys got shit on.
And the TR lost at the objective. Simple little objectives, there's such a big army, but we can't take this small little objective from the Vanu.
Let's go in your point of view, okay? I'm your team that you were voting for, right? Okay.
Yes.
The Vanu, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And you are the TR.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And in this challenge I'm giving to you right now, I will pay you $100 if you can complete the challenge. Get the phone out of my pocket. We're gonna fight. Get the phone out of my pocket. Do you think you could do that?
Well, considering you're a lot bigger than me, no.
Okay, so on the second challenge, do you not believe that them already having the fucking structure that they're supposed to take over was not an advantage?
You can't compare that. How are you a structure that's already supported?
They stripped TR of the map 2 times because they wanted to balance it, because the other factions were getting warp-gated.
Yeah, you know why?
The Vanu got warp-gated every time.
Because the TR couldn't get the objective that they were supposed to get to win the challenge.
I'm sorry, we're good at the game.
So they're like, okay, well, I guess we'll just go around and take map because that's all we can do.
I'm sorry, we're good at the game, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and not take the map, which is the objective of the mission.
That was the game itself is territory control, but the challenge objective was to do this specific thing, which TR did not until the end. They finally were like, oh, we can do it now.
And then, you took it, and then they felt bad for you because you were warp gated and gave you back half the map.
Well, they didn't have to, but it was fair.
And you would have lost if they didn't. Like,
It's true.
Exactly.
However, once again, going back to the second challenge, I believe, and it sucks to say, but the TR would have won if no one had control of it.
Yes.
If it was literally evenly spaced out and they all had a rush to get there, and whoever controls it first, whatever, I believe the TR would have won.
On the second challenge, when the TR were tasked to taking the Bastion, I believe they lost primarily because the NC were nuking the fuck out of your Sunderers. They weren't going for the Vandal
That's
at all.
what I'm saying, though. Same shit, dude.
And then in the end...
Because now you're fighting a war on two fronts. You're fighting a ground... not even a ground war. You're fighting a war that could be taking place at any point in the map. And then you're fighting a frontal war that has to... I need to take that objective.
Well, that's always the common problem in PlanetSide 2, because you'll either be fighting alongside another faction and pushing another faction to complete obliteration
Which
into
is
their
what
warp
almost
gate.
happened to TR yesterday.
It happened to the Vanu.
Yeah,
Actually, it happened to the Vanu because the NC were trying to push down. They're like, nah, we'll go towards purple too. And, you know, TR were like, well, we'll just take the NC stuff because they're not here anymore and they're killing the Vanu for us.
Well, if there was one more extra minute left, the NC would have won that.
I know, dude. Oh, it's so close.
Yeah, they were so close to winning that.
Because the
third
TR
objective.
pushed way too far, and the NC were like, whoa, this isn't getting us anywhere. So they started pushing into fucking TR territory.
Like I said, the Vanu are such sore losers.
Yeah.
They weren't sore. They were fun.
Are you kidding me?
Look, I'm just happy that I got a fanboy picture with Total Biscuit with the People's Choice Cup. Man. So yeah, I'm kind of stoked
It's
about it.
propaganda.
That's the recap, basically, for the actual competition part of the event.
Yeah.
Some big announcements were made, which we're going to go over as well. First one being that Sony Online has partnered with MLG to bring PlanetSide 2 into the competitive scene.
Which is awesome.
Televised
Very
competitive
cool.
scene.
Yeah.
Very
which
cool.
is huge. Over the next few months, this is quoting an article, over the next few months, PlanetSide 2 and MLG teams will work closely to develop ideal competitive gameplay features and settings to showcase massively multiplayer online first-person shooter, which is PlanetSide 2. With MLG's console and significant community involvement, SOE has committed to creating a long-term esports initiative within PlanetSide 2 that will highlight an exceptional, massively multiplayer competitive gaming experience.
Yeah. That's huge news, not only for PlanetSide, but for the pro gaming community in general.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The one thing that I want to point out is that if you take yesterday's showing and brush it up a little bit, I mean, probably get a better, a better directional director, as far as like an event director.
Yeah.
If you get somebody that could, manage the way that it played out a little bit better, somebody that's like tenured in editing and multicasting live events, and then you get. Actually, the announcers are pretty cool. Just probably brush them up a little bit on how to do it a little bit
They
better.
were also very biased.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, as far as that goes, I mean, you could have had a fucking solid televised event.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, for their first time doing it, as far as keeping action on the camera, it was pretty cool, man. They were almost there. Like I said, if they had a better, like I said, editing director that does live multicasting a little bit better, they could have done it. As far as a professional person that does it for television, it would have been amazing. And if you could rewatch the cast, right?
Yeah.
If
you
you
can
go
watch the
rewatch the
VODs
cast,
on Twitch.
Yeah, you could see how awesome that it was, and you could see how this could easily be transmitted over to television.
You can check those out on twitch.tv /PlanetSide 2.
Yeah.
They had a lot of issues with the streaming for a little bit, and also there were some technical difficulties on set as well.
Yeah.
But
as far as the streaming though goes, I mean that's kind of expected.
Yeah,
when you're
that always
streaming.
happens.
Well, when you're streaming from somewhere that has no internet, because they had to bring their own internet. I saw the truck outside, so I saw the big blue machine that runs off a generator that gives them internet speeds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean that's only, and probably the weather probably didn't help too much from picking it back up a little bit faster. Mm-hmm. But once again, going back to if a professional team that was made to do that did it, it would have been come out awesome. But Sony Online did it alone, and even then, it was an amazing cast. It was so smooth and polishedly done.
Yeah.
So that excited me, especially about the announcement from MLG.
I am glad that MLG picked up an FPS, a new good
Right.
FPS. But I was surprised that they picked up an MMO FPS
Right.
because usually large scale competitive things like that is like too hard to manage because even I think it's gonna be a challenge for them, like, because I don't see them
Is
doing it.
Battlefield even in the MLG league?
I'm
No,
not
I don't
100%.
I don't know. I'm
We'll
not
look
sure.
into that.
But I don't see how they could manage, because first of all, especially during championships, it would have to be all done live at LAN. Everybody
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you could put 600 people per faction against each other in the same room
Yeah.
battling it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just they wouldn't logistically. They couldn't get enough computers in an
Yeah.
event to do that. That's 1,800 computers. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Like,
right.
How would you do that?
I mean, I wouldn't know. They probably, I mean,
If it's smaller, where they have it down to maybe like 40 people per faction,
yeah.
that would be cool. But they'd probably have to. They're probably going to develop like a new continent, like a smaller
Yeah. And
zone and continent for just competitive play.
Yeah.
That's where I see this going.
I am excited.
Which makes sense because they said that it's going to be a few months down the line. So
Yeah.
it gives them enough time to develop a new map, a new play strategy,
Mhm.
stuff like that.
More balances.
Another major announcement was their announcement of, speaking of this, a 6-month roadmap. What the roadmap is a new way to interact with the development team to provide feedback on gaming direction, updates, and content. You get to be a part, essentially, of the development process for the next 6 months.
Oh, actually,
how it works.
Sony Online
um,
Entertainment caters to their fans. I'll just say that. They were
Um,
cool at the event.
With that said, forgot to mention this yesterday. While I was getting my T-shirt, I was by the developer that I was talking to was introduced to a new community leader that they had hired
Okay.
specifically for things of that nature. And he
Yeah.
told me, he's like, yeah, we're picking up a few more people. Reason being is that we want feedback from our community a little bit more, be closer to the community
Yeah.
than most games out there are doing.
They have been really close
Yeah.
to their community.
They're cool.
And this goes to show, basically, what you can do with the roadmap is that they have a spot for suggestions and then things that they're working on and whatnot, and it gets voted on what the community wants to see happen first within the game.
Right.
Here are the top 2 voted ones. I got to see the full list, but I just picked the top 2. The first one is, these are fixes in game, of course. The first one is spawn room tunnel system, right? That's what it's titled. And I'll read it. It says, in our ongoing effort to mitigate spawn camping, we are planning on adding some spawn room tunnel networks to provide additional escape paths. The current plan is to add these to all tech plants and app stations. So basically,
Sounds
to
interesting.
combat spawn camping, because that is an issue. If you get pushed all the way in, you're going to be
Yeah,
camped.
right.
Every time you spawn, they're just going to kill you over and over again. And now they're adding an extra way for you to leave, so you can't be just camped at one angle,
Right.
which is cool.
Right,
I
right,
like
yeah.
it. I like it. I like it better than giving invulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because then it's not fair to the other person. If you have invulnerability and shoot at me,
Yeah.
that's not fair to me.
There is no
Get it?
vulnerability in that game. I've been revived by a medic. I'll get right back up and get shot right back down. I'm just like, okay.
So that's the top voted one right now. The next one underneath it is rendering distance based on threat. And this is an interesting one. I like what they're doing with this one. We want to mitigate the impact of render distance on enemies that are a direct threat. For example, anyone that pilots air vehicles can probably attest to how lame it is to get shot down by AA players that didn't render because of the distance involved.
Right.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that does not happen. So, like, if you're flying a fucking plane, a Galaxy or whatever, whatever you want to fly, flying a Scythe, flying into an area that hasn't rendered yet, and you're already getting shot down by players that haven't rendered
Right.
for
right.
you.
Makes sense.
You get
yeah.
it?
Can't kill what you can't see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they want to make it so that these anti-air player or whatever, is the threat to you will render if it's a threat to you.
Right.
Get it?
Makes sense.
So whatever you shoots on you will automatically appear.
So I'm guessing players that aren't equipped with anti-air on them at all probably won't render
Yeah.
in that distance. But like, say if a player like a heavy has a rocket launcher, he's gonna render to you as soon as you get in distance of that rocket launcher.
Right.
You get it?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I mean,
so that you have a chance to combat the.
So infiltrators
effort.
are screwed. Is that what I'm getting at? Because I'm going to shoot at someone from a distance, and as soon as I become a threat
Yeah.
to all infantry,
Well, the thing is, if
I'm going to pop up on the screen and be
if
fucked.
you can shoot him without being rendered on his screen, that gives you an unfair advantage. He should be able to see your character, or have the opportunity. Let me change the wording. Have the opportunity to see your character while you're shooting him. You get it?
But the point of an infiltrator is to be sneaky. And
No,
not
you
be
can
seen.
still use your.
well, I mean, same thing as
cloaking
in
mechanics,
Battlefield.
but-
Oh, I
Yeah.
know.
Same thing as in Battlefield. Like, if I get sniped, I got sniped because it didn't render him because
Yeah.
he's so well hidden that I didn't see him.
Exactly.
Well, there's no camo in this game. I get to stealth, and
If, for instance, you pop out of a rock and shoot the guy.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I
then you
mean?
hide.
That is legitimate.
Yeah.
You are outside of the rock and shoot the guy, and it just never rendered to
Yeah.
him. That is
I
not
mean, there's-
legitimate.
No, okay, I see
There's
that
a lot
part.
of snipers in Battlefield that don't have ghillie suits, that they're just fucking hidden behind a fucking rock, and I just see because they came out the fucking the glare of the light, and I'm like, oh,
Muzzle
I'm
flash, yeah.
fucking dead. You know,
Yeah.
same shit. Like, I saw him, I had the opportunity if I was quick enough to kill him, but he bested me, so he killed me. That's what they're trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, that's it for the top two things that I picked up. I
Yeah.
thought they were interesting to talk about. So.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty cool. I mean, especially the second one. I mean, that's something that probably, unless you actually played the game and got fucking raped by it, you would never think of.
Yeah.
And if it's popular enough to be the second one, apparently it happens a lot.
It does happen a lot to aircraft because they're usually faster than everything else. So yeah, rendering.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys want to toss any last minute comments about the event?
Nope.
Mm.
Other than that, the beer was good. Yeah, that was about it.
I spoke to one of the gamers that was on the team, and apparently they got drunk. They all got drunk.
Oh, good.
They like to party,
It's good to hear.
and they party hard.
And to tell you what teams were there, actually the only two teams that I remember that were there were the 666 Devil Dogs for the NC and the Blood Angels for the TR. I'm not
The Black Widow.
Black Widows, but they
Yeah.
have the Blood Angels sigil from Warhammer, but they're called the Black Widows. You are right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're using two things from two different sci-fi games. God damn
Makes
it.
sense.
But yeah, it was a good event overall.
Yeah,
You can check out the
fun
VODs on twitch.tv/PlanetSide2. Oh, another cool thing is that Jace Hall happened to pick up our tweet right when we showed up. I tweeted
Yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
we were at the event and that, when we found out there's free beer, we were like excited about it.
Yeah.
And like 30 minutes or 45 minutes after us being there, they picked up the tweet and they were going through tweets and they actually gave us a shout out.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It picked up.
And apparently they didn't. The host didn't know that there was free beer, and they were.
Yeah, he was like, "What the mother? I need booze."
It's about 36 minutes into the longest VOD that they have on there. If you want to search for that part, yeah, whatever.
It picked us up 4 tweets or Twitter followers, so whatever.
I know 4 is more than we had before.
I know.
Yeah. Huzzah!
That's gonna wrap us up for nerd stuff and events.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Next is movies, TV,
Stay
stuffs.
tuned.
Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. Tell her mom.
If she's not dead.
All
Hopefully she's not.
hail
Oh, I didn't
the
mean for it to be
mighty
that depressing.
neckbeard.
I'm just saying.
Your neck beard's nappy as shit right now.
I know.
By Afrocomb.
Thank you.
Bye.